What's going on, friends, fam? Wanted to come at you today with a quick lesson kind of connecting some of our previous lessons here. I've done two parts on playing in sixths, and in this situation here, we're going to take from part two, and you can apply the same exact principle to part one, which was, part one was on our high E and our G string, and part two is on our B and our D string. Right? So, cool. So let's just go right off of part two from our B and our D strings here. And we're going to incorporate playing some chromatics and some added notes to those sixths. Okay? Now, these are just going to be, you know, when you're using chromatics, you're really not going to want to use these as landing spots. You know, these are going to be just to get from one to the other here, but it sounds pretty slick and is a cool little device to use. So let's just get right into it. And we're going to do it like we did our last two lessons. We're going to start from our box in C here on the 8th fret, because I'm doing this over the same chords I did the first two lessons. So that's going to be a C major to a D minor, and kind of more of like a soulful groove is what I looped. Okay, so we're going to first start in our C box here on 8 on our B string and on 9 on our D string. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say I'm going down, so I'll say I'm starting on the D string here moving forward. So 9 on D, 8 on B is how I will say this. Now your next sixth here is going to be on 10 on both. Okay? Now here's the first place you can connect them, because you're going to have 10 or 12 on both, right? So, and you can do this either on both strings, so, or you can do it just on one string. Okay? Either one of those is going to kind of give it a really cool effect. And I know it's like a real nuance, but nuances matter, right? So, cool. Work on that a little bit, right? So we're here at 12 on both. And then we're going to come here to 13 on our B and 14 on our D. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Did I just quote Britney? I think I did. All right. So our Britney Spears lesson is to come here. How to get brainwashed by the CIA. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? We're on 13 and on we're on 14 on our D, 13 on our B. And so, I'm sorry, to get there. So we're 12 on both. And then on those where the B string, where it's just a one note difference there, you're just going to use the chromatic on your D string, right? Now you're here on 15 on both. So you can use 14, 15, 16, 17 on both, right? Then 18 would only be on your D string, would only be 18, because you're going to go to 19, and you play 18 there on your B string. And you're starting to get near the end there, right? Cool. So that's going forwards here, or shall we say that's ascending here. Let's do it going descending. So descending, we're starting here on 9 on our D, 8 on our B. You can use both. You can use both notes as chromatics there. When you get to this sixth here, the next one's going to be on 5 on both, so you're only going to use 6 on your D. So in context, that more sounds like, right? And then since we have 3 coming up on both, we can use both strings. 4 on both. and then you have 2 on your B and 1 on your, 2 on D and 1 on your B, and I like to go 1 to 2 on my D, because as you see, you're approaching the third of C right there, right? So I really like C for this reason, because of how it's positioned here. Each key has its own little advantages, I found, when it comes to chicken picking country kind of tricks you can use. I know this is an R&B thing, but this is also used a lot in country. In fact, I kind of took this idea more from country playing, although I use this a lot. I would say when I use this device without the chromatics and more of like a I use it more in that way, in an R&B way, and if I'm playing over a country, even if it's a down tempo country, I'll still put in more of those chromatics there, like that. So, cool. Now, obviously, you can move this down and apply this same exact theory to the string set that we did in lesson 1 on your G string and on your high E string. And I would even argue maybe do it here first. I mean, it's really cool on both to me. It's really cool on both for different reasons. I like it on the string set with my B and my D, because you can get kind of more bass-line-y kind of things going. You know, but then I also like it on the high string sets, because you get kind of more of a chicken picking clucky sound if you want to use it in that way chromatically. So I feel like this device really is helpful in a lot of ways, and it can really be. I feel like sixth is a kind of not an endless rabbit hole, but there's a lot you can do with it here. Even if you want to start here, I'll call up the backing track. I've always wanted to say that. So if you're playing over the backing track here, and we just wanted, let's say, incorporate some of the chromatics. But then also you can throw in some just notes that aren't chromatic. Now that note was in the scale there. That was 3 on my B string, right? Which is a D note. But if you, you can do that. You can take that approach. You know, if you see, kind of look down and look and see, is one of those notes going to be coming up anyway? Because you can just play it. You know, stuff like that, right? Going crazy with my looper. So yeah, cool. I've probably gone on long enough about this. You guys know I like to try to keep them under 10 minutes here, but you know, hopefully that helps here. Once again, I just find sixths to be one of the most useful things for guitar players here, and I just want to pass this down to you. Hope to get the brain churning and using these here in your own playing. So cool. Much love, you guys. As you guys know, I appreciate you more than you know. Like, subscribe, share. I will see you on the flip. Keep on picking. Later.